I need to speak to Vincent and his partner alone first. You owe everyone an explanation, not just me, and they will have it when I give it. Go on, Vincent. It's fine. No, it's... Go on. Sit. I'd rather stand. As you wish. You have every right to be angry with me. I was angry with you. I feel like I've been on a revolving door of feelings ever since you ordered me to host the summit. After the killing, Porter got me up to speed. I know how this all went down. What I don't know is why you did it this way. That is a complicated question. I wanted to shield you from this part of things. You and Sam both. You didn't ask for this. Neither of you wanted it. And I know, in truth, in many ways you still don't. It seemed a further cruelty that I could spare you from. But that was a cruelty in itself. The worst mistake I ever made was to take choice away from you. And in trying to shield you, I took away the choice again. I saw an opportunity to do something very important. Something that could turn the tide. Something that could save lives. Protect peace. Everything lined up perfectly. It was now or never to take out the Bennets in both places at once. So I took it. I won't pretend to regret that decision, because I think you know me well enough to know that I don't. But what I do regret very much is the way in which I did it. I understand why you did what you did. I don't think it was the only way to handle it, but I don't disagree with the results. They had a hand in the inversion. They were gearing up to do something again. You tried to alert the department, but they wouldn't act. I understand it. And I understand why you thought it was best to keep me in the dark up until now. I wish you had trusted me with it, but I see where you're coming from. What I have a problem with is how this all happened. You tried to have it both ways. Keep me in the dark, but make me play a part in this. You told me to host the summit, and you organized an assassination to take place at it. One that didn't just have a chance to be found out, but was planned to be found out so that the crime could be pinned on Christopher. And knowing that that was going to happen, you didn't give me any warning. You put me, my partner, Sam and his mate, the Shaw Pack, all of us, in the firing line of an entire estate filled with the oldest, strongest vampires alive who had every likelihood of breaking into a fight, and we didn't even get to know that anything was coming. I see how it could feel that way. But I left Porter with you all to mitigate that exact issue. And when it came time, he did help protect us in a way. I give him that. He pulled me and Lovely out into view to give us an alibi. But that was just one of the dangers, and that was just us. What about Sam and his mate? What about the Shaw Pack? There was no way Porter could have covered for all of us. There was no way he could have been expected to keep us all safe in the middle of a crisis. No one could ask that much of him. And maybe it would have been easier if we all would have had at least some indication that we needed to work better with him, but we didn't. All we had were our histories with him and the way he was acting in the moment. Any acknowledgement of why he was there would have helped, but you didn't give that. Even if you would have said, yes, I ordered him to be there, you have to work with him, Vincent, in the same way that you ordered me to host the summit without giving me much more about it, that would have been something. I would have had an idea of the importance of him being there, but you just stonewalled me. I asked you if what he eventually said was true, that you had ordered him to be there, but you wouldn't answer me. I didn't know if I could trust him. He had admitted to lying to me, literally for the fun of it. All I was asking for was any kind of confirmation, and you refused to give me that. And that's your right. I get that. A prince answers to his king, not the other way around. But when I'm left this far out of the loop, and yet still used as part of the plan, in danger, but in the dark, you have to understand how callous that feels. And everything I know about you tells me that you're not callous. You saved my life. You gave me a future. You've accommodated me. You've cared for me. That's what makes this feel so awful, so confusing. Trying to understand how these two realities are both true at the same time. If I thought I could have executed this plan without drawing you and the others into it, I would have. But that wasn't an option. I feel it is my duty as a person in a position as powerful as mine to do what's best for this place and the people in it. I do not take that responsibility lightly. It weighs heavy on my heart, especially when it leads to hurt for those I care about. Because I do care, Vincent. Don't mistake objectivity for callousness. The latter implies I was unfeeling, and that's not true. The decisions I made regarding the summit were painful to make, but I made them because I feel they needed to be made. I don't ever want to put any of you in danger. But that's a reality of being in a powerful vampire house that engages with other houses. My mistake was not telling you sooner of that reality. That was not fair to you. And I'm sorry for that. So that's how it's gonna be from here on out. Now that we know that this is what the House of Solaire is for, we're part of your plans by default. How does this work? Are we all porters? Are we still just employees of the property management company that are going to be asked to moonlight as assassins? What does the future look like now? What does being a Solaire mean now that the curtain's drawn back? Being a member of this house means something different for each person who is in it. Now that you know the truth, I will feel more comfortable asking things of you in the future, and in turn, giving you more details in regard to those requests. There will still be moments when I need to keep you in the dark. I won't pretend otherwise. But yes, there will be tasks that I might require of you. Ones that go beyond the bounds of the property management company. I can minimize those tasks if you prefer. But I won't tell you that they'll never come. Because that would be a lie. If you are one of us, it is part of the deal. if you are not a scared newborn anymore, Vincent. You are an experienced vampire. You fought and killed Adam. You found a partner. You survived the inversion. You're a maker. You are your own man, with a life of your own. The House of Solaire is better for having you as its prince. But you don't need it anymore, unless you want it. You know the truth of us. It is up to you, both of you, to decide if that's something you want to be a part of. You have to choose if you still wish to be in the house. Lovely. Yeah. We have a lot to think about. Yes, you do. It might be best if I spoke to Samuel now. Okay. Vincent. Whatever you choose, you'll always be family. Know that. You are a part of me. Yeah. Will I? Yeah. Samuel, where is your mate? They needed to blow off some steam. They told me to do this alone. Then say what you will. You're the king of this house, William. And you've earned that title. You've earned the respect that comes with it. You've given me a future. You got me out from under Alexis's thumb. You set me up with work, with a home. You've done more for me than anyone had before I met you. And I'll always thank you for that. And I'm not saying I don't owe you something in return. I owe you more than I could probably ever give you. But we're not just subjects. We're not just chess pieces. We're people. The rest of this house, the pack, we are people. You have the experience, you have the money, you have the power, and you use all of that to decide everything for everyone else. You decide the right way to handle things. You decide who lives and dies. You alone, without any counsel, without any say from the people you're affecting. What happens when you're wrong? I won't be. That tells me what I need to know. Goodbye.